Because it was so nice yesterday to me.
Yeah.
In New York, it was nice.
Yeah.
And then when I walked out of the hotel today, it rained.
Rained right on
As
you.
soon as I walked to the door, I'm like, the whole deal.
Of course.
Then I went to look for umbrella and no umbrellas. So I had to figure out how to walk under something.
Fortunately, there's enough.
How to walk in rain without an umbrella.
But there's enough, construction and stuff that you can
Yeah,
find.
I was looking for little,
Scaffolding and stuff.
scaffolding. Yeah, there was plenty of it.
Yeah, I feel like the rain just kind of set my mood for the morning because I can't with these late games anymore.
Why? They're
What do you
fun and
mean why?
exciting.
It's 9 o'clock start time. 9 p.m. start time. It's the third quarter. I'm like, it's 1 in the what are we doing?
I keep trying to teach you and
What
Max
are
how to
we-
watch late games. Got to get that sleep early.
No,
I know you got the babies. I know you got the babies.
I can't.
I
can't do it. I'm not a great napper.
No, you got to force yourself to.
I know, but then I'm messed up because then I'll stay up all night long. I can't do it. Like I can't get out of my
You know what the
sleep.
real problem is starting it that late for like Steph. Steph is a player kids relate to. He's very popular with kids. He's got the baby face. He's not a giant.
calling
All
me a
this kind
kid?
of stuff. And like those are
Holy
the people.
moly.
The people who can't
Exactly.
watch Steph are the kids. Man, they're not going to start. The kid's not going to start watching on the East Coast. It's 9 p.m. You know what I mean? You can't
I
watch
don't
him.
even care about the kids. I want to watch the games. This is about me right now. I'm a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Let's come to work the next day. I'm like,
Well, Max is right, though, because the only reason why I figured out how to stay up as late as I did is because of Steph and Luka.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. If Steph wasn't in the game, and Clay is my dude, too, but if Steph wasn't playing, I'm going to bed. I'll catch it when I catch
Yeah, right.
it.
Yeah, I'll see the
I-
replay and
yeah.
then re-air some highlights the next day. Yeah.
it's just the hype. It's the hype of the game. I barely got a voice. I'm cranky. I'm tired. It's just like all that leads into your day, that then bleeds into, well, aren't you ready for the game tonight? I'm like, what? It's great. I'm excited, but damn, I'm coming off a late night from last
What
night.
would you suggest that the NBA do?
Earlier start times, man.
What's early to you?
7:30. 7:30, I'm fine.
The only thing is this.
So how does that affect
It affects the West Coast because obviously
Because
No,
now
but-
you're starting in the afternoon. But the thing about the West Coast, though, is people don't realize that's all right if you start the game early on the West Coast. People will
probably
catch
out
it.
early.
People
Well,
will
we're
catch
out
it.
early anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's always nice.
You know what we do? We go in at 10. We leave at 12:30. We don't come back to get our stuff till 5. Then we get on the road back home.
Yeah, man.
Because we're having one of those European lunches where you sit out, you really finish talking about whatever it is your agenda was, but you still sit there for 5 hours. Yeah, that's what we do.
Oh, it's so great on the West Coast when the late game, whatever, you're like, everything's done. What time is it? 9 o'clock, whatever,
That's
something like that.
Sunday,
Oh, it's
NFL.
so
I'm
good.
like, what, game started at 10? What?
Yo,
What?
don't
10
let them
o'clock
be.
and what?
Don't let them be playing in England because as soon
Oh.
as you wake up in the morning, click.
Great.
You
Turn
remember
the
doing
game on.
football season when I was out there, and when I'm out there doing football season, game is at 10 o'clock. You're like, you're at the bar already? Yes.
Yes,
It's
I
a
am
good
locked
life,
in.
man. It's a good life.
Different, man.
It is time for Straight Talk. However, gentlemen, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Jay,
Yo.
Matt, what I saw was Mavs threes weren't falling, mainly, right? So, so the Warriors ran away with it in the second half. What'd you see?
I saw a lot. I mean, first off, I guess my headline would be that Luka most definitely is a top 5 offensive player in the league. Like, there's no doubt about that. But, man, he might be, and I'm saying this like in a laughing, sarcastic way.
Bottom 5?
He might be bottom 5 defensively.
Why is
yo.
that sarcastic? It might be true.
Well, I'm just saying because like whenever people will look at things as an attack, and he has shown improvement because their team has shown improvement. Like they're top 10 defensively now compared to where they were at the bottom last year, and I think but a lot of that is an amoeba from Jason Kidd and some of the defensive schemes.
But all
But
playoffs,
hold on,
they
Max.
run plays right at him.
Well, that's everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
they ran plays at Max Kleber last night too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So all I'm saying though is that there were so many possessions, and I get what he needs to bring to the table from an offensive production standpoint. But yo, there were plays where he just quit on plays. Like legit was like, all right. There were plays where if you're watching the game and if you see the way the TV panels, you can always tell about, and this is why I give so much credit to guys like LeBron or we have Pat
not in
Bev.
the screen.
You're not in the screen,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And you were the one that turned the ball over. Here's something for everybody that
Drew
plays
Holiday,
sports,
yeah.
right? If you're a quarterback, Key, and you throw a pick, and the dude is running by you, and you just like, okay.
Well, I'm okay. I'm okay with that because I don't want no. But I was gonna say I'm okay with that
because you don't want your quarterback to get hurt.
But
okay,
the receiver asked, I don't care where you at on the field, you better go get that dude.
Okay, so that's my thing. As me as a guard or as a hooper, if I turn the ball over and that leads to an offensive break, at least get your ass in the screen.
Better Metcalf
At least
it.
show me that there is some kind of intensity in your mind that you want to come back and redeem yourself from the turnover you had before. And I know plays happen quickly, but this happened multiple times last night, man. Where I'm like, yo, Luka, you got to something. Look, that's what something. I mean, there was one play where Steph turns around after a turnover and walks it. He catches the ball half court and starts walking. And Luka's is like, I'm like, he's walking.
That might be Luka running,
though. He's walking. Well, that's my thing. So, like,
you,
the cumulative effect coming off Game 7, Sunday night, quick turnaround, you don't go home, you come straight to Golden State, and that on top of that.
What happens the next day? I know what happens in football when we watch film, but what happens in your film room in the NBA when y'all go to watch the game the
what
next
kind of coach
day?
do I have?
It's about the coach.
Yeah, if I have Jason Kidd, I would pray that Jason Kidd would push Luka and hold him accountable for things. Now, granted, Max brought up the point, they took 48 threes last night. They only made 11. They make threes, they're back in the game.
No, but I mean, I'm talking about the pure hustle.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. But I'm still like, but those are the kind of things that they make threes. It hides all that, Max.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
it hides.
Luka talked. First of all, his offense is so gangster that everyone knows how bad his defense is, and people are still like, he might be the best player in the playoffs because of the control he has on the offense. But it wasn't the case yesterday. He wasn't great offensively yesterday. How will you improve for Game 2, Luka?
I mean, yeah, they were doing a great job on me, especially in the second half. But I think I gotta be better. That's not me. And as a leader, I gotta be better for the whole group. So that's on me.
Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise, and you got to give Wiggins credit too, who did a great job defensively.
It's not only Wiggins, man. I'm giving Steve Kerr credit. They threw a box and one at this dude. They threw multiple zone looks. It was not only Andrew Wiggins, it was also Draymond Green who was orchestrating the whole defense, communicating and barking the whole time about where he was and where shooters were. Like, they played a great game last night. Now, look, I don't always put a lot of, credence into, like, the first game, right? We saw Golden State get blitzed by 50-plus points to Memphis. The way they played, you just feel like, and Key and I were talking about this, when Luka is offensively great, and if you can match that with somebody else, it just still feels at the end of the day, there's so much firepower. Like when Jordan Poole was making Max Kleber dance all night long last night, when Clay got going in the third quarter, you just don't feel like Dallas can match that scoring punch at times.
You know, Jay, as a basketball player, teams that have multiple guys that could do certain things on the floor from a scoring standpoint, those are the ones that win. If you got one guy that's really the guy, you've got to have a couple other guys that contribute at a high level, not just at a medium level. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of Dallas' problems opposed to Golden State.
Get
Golden
their own
State
shot
got
guys.
many guys that can get their own shot and do things. If one isn't falling, like I said yesterday, if somebody ain't hitting, you got somebody else. And then in terms of the trade,